Hi, my dear children. This is Prasanna, your maths tutor. Dear children, in the previous video, we have seen how to convert a fraction into decimals as well as how to convert decimals into fractions. In this today's video, we are going to solve some exercise problems. Your first main is put equal sign in the box if the fraction and decimal are equal. Put not equal sign if they are not equal. So one has been done for you. Just look at this question. It is 0.4 and its fraction form is 4 divided by 10. So see here, there is only one decimal place. There is only one decimal place here. So that is why there is only 1 0 in the denominator. So that is why this fraction is exactly equal to this decimal number. That is why both are equal. That is why you must use this sign, that is equal sign. So if you found them as not equal, unequal, so you can use unequal sign here. So right now 4 by 10, 0.4 are equal, that is why use this equal sign in the box. Let's move on to the next question. It is 0.71 and its fraction form is 71 divided by 10. Just look at the number of decimal places here, 1, 2. So there are 2 decimal places here. But are there 2 zeros in the denominator? No. There is only 1 0 in the denominator. So that is why 71 divided by 10 is not equal to 0.71. That is why you can use this sign, that is write equal sign and afterwards draw one line which must be across this equal sign. This is the unequal sign. Let's move on to next question. It is 0.68 and its fraction form is 68 divided by 100. Just look at the decimal places here. How many decimal places are there in this decimal number? 1, 2. So there are 2 decimal places, and just look at the number of zeros here. There are 2 zeros in the denominator. So that is why this is the accurate form of this. That is why both are equal. So you must use equal sign in the box. Let's move on to 0.300. So 0.300 is nothing but 0.3. Why? Because after the decimal point, if there is a digit and followed by few zeros, we neglect those zeros. So when you neglect those zeros, it looks like only 0.3. So that is why 0.3 is nothing but what? It is 3 divided by 10. So that is why 3 divided by 10 is nothing but 0.3. So that is why both are equal. That's why you must use equal sign here. Let's move on to the next question. It is 0.581. So how many decimal places are here? 1, 2, 3. So 3 zeros are there in the denominator and we got the 581 as the numerator. So that's why both are equal. So use equal sign here. It is 0.91. 2 decimal places are here. So there are 2 zeros in the denominator and we got 91 as the numerator. So that's why both are equal. So use equal sign here. And it is 0.03. 2 decimal places are here. There are 2 zeros. And just look at the numerator. Whether numerator is 003? Yes, of course. 003 is nothing but what? It is 3. So that is why 3 divided by 100 is nothing but 0.03. That is why both are equal. And it is 0.141. Look at the numerator. It is 141. Okay. But look at the decimal places here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 decimal places here, but in the denominator we got only 2 zeros. So that is why this fraction is not equal to this decimal number. That is why you must use not equal sign. Second main, write each decimal as a fraction. So writing a decimal number as a fraction, we learned this in the earlier class, in the earlier video. So let us convert this decimal as the fraction. Simple. First look at the decimal places here. 2 decimal places are there. So that is why just write this 51 as the numerator and write the as many zeros as decimal places in this number. So there are 2 decimal places. So that is why write 2 zeros. But before writing these 2 zeros, one must be written first. Okay. Next, it is 0.324. Straight away write 3 to 4 as the numerator and count the decimal places here. So there are 3 decimal places. So write 3 zeros and write 1. Simple. So there is only one decimal place, so that is why write 1 0 and write a 9 as the numerator. Next, so it is 009. So 009 is nothing but what? It is 9 itself. And how many decimal places are here? 2 decimal places. So that is why 2 0 must be written. And I given you the shortcut how to convert a decimal as the fraction. Simple. Just neglect the decimal point, and when you neglect the decimal point, you see only 717. Just write it as numerator and count the decimal places in this number. There are 2 decimal places, so that is why write first 1 and afterwards write 2 zeros, which is exactly equal to the decimal places in this number. And neglect the decimal point. So when you ignore the decimal point, you see 9999, so write it as the numerator, and because of the 2 decimal places here, so that is why write 2 zeros, and before writing those 2 zeros write 1 first, and it is 34.123. Neglect the decimal point and it looks 34123, write as the numerator, and because of the 3 decimal places here, so we must write 3 zeros, and before that we must write 1, and it is 8.008. Neglect the decimal point and it looks 8008, and because of the 3 decimal places here, we write 1 first and afterwards followed by 3 zeros. Next main, put correct sign in the box if the decimal is equal to the fraction, otherwise put cross if they are not equal. One example has been done for you. So 8.04 is exactly equal to 804 divided by 100. So that is why both are equal. So that is why it is correct. Just look at the another example. It is 8.005. So when you neglect the decimal point, it looks 8005, and but here the decimal places are 3. But look at the number of zeros in the denominator. So there are only 2 zeros. So this number of zeros is not equal to the number of decimal places here. So that is why both are not equal. That is why you must use cross sign. Correct? So if both fraction and decimal seems to be correct, use this sign. If both fraction as well as decimal seem to be wrong, use cross sign. Okay. It is 3.004. Neglect the decimal point. It is 3004 divided by 1000. So actual fraction must be 3004 divided by 1000, but they have given only 304 divided by 1000. So that's why both are wrong here. Means both are not equal here. So that is why you can use cross sign. Look at this question. That is 14.01. So when you neglect the point, when you neglect the decimal point, it looks 1401. And because of the 2 decimal places here, we must write 2 zeros. So that's why both are equal. So that use correct sign. It is 39.004. Just look at the denominator here. When you neglect the decimal point, you see 39004. But here they have given only 3904. So numerator is wrong here. So that is why you can use cross sign. Let's look at the next problem. It is 4.036. When you neglect the decimal point, it looks 4036, and because of the 3 decimal places, we must have the 3 zeros in the denominator. So that is why it is right. It is 64.089. When you neglect the decimal point, it looks like 64089, and here 3 decimal places are there. So that, but here we got only 2 zeros. So that is why both are unequal. So that's why you must use this. It is 64.124, and 3 decimal places are here. We got 3 zeros. That is correct. And when you neglect the decimal point, it looks 64124, and we write it as the numerator. So that's why it is exactly correct. So that's why both here are equal. So that is why use tick sign. Let's move on to the next one. That is write each decimal as the fraction. So when you look at the 0.84, its accurate fraction form is 84 divided by 100, and 0.3. So how do you convert this? It is 3 divided by 10, because when you neglect the decimal point, it looks like 3. And because of the 1 decimal place here, so we write only 1 0 in the denominator. So when you look at the next problem, it is 0.092, and when you neglect the decimal point, it will be 0092. 0092 is nothing but 92 only, and because of the 3 decimal places, we must have the 3 zeros in the denominator. So that is why 92 divided by 1000 is the right fraction for this decimal number.